So I would like to ask this question to our BIR official. Nagbayad ba o hindi ng buwis ang ABS-Cbn mula 2015 to 2019? Kung maaari, ang request ko, i-breakdown ninyo mula sa income tax, VAT, and withholding taxes. Ito. At sabihin ninyo ang kabuuang halaga ng ibinayad ng ABS-Cbn na kontribusyon sa kaban ng bayan, kung meron man. I'm asking our BIR official.
Assistant Commissioner Mapo is recognized.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Unfortunately, we only have here 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. As far as income tax is concerned, there was a total income tax due for 2016 amounting to 757.6 million. For 2017, the total income tax due 195.8 million. 2018, total income tax due 163.95 million. For 2019, 203.26 million. Creditable withholding tax. Can you show
BIR official, is this what ABS-Cbn paid?
Your Honor, the total income tax due is based or was based on the minimum corporate income tax of the taxpayer for that particular year. However, there are several creditable withholding tax which they use during that specific year. Like for instance, for 2016, there was an excess tax credit of 63.35 million, 357.65 million for 2017, and 669.78 million for 2018.
There was what, Mr. Chair? Mr. Chair, I didn't hear that.
Yes, Your Honor.
There was what?
Excess tax credit for that particular years.
Okay.
For 2016, there was an excess tax credit of 63.35 million, meaning the creditable withholding tax of ABS-Cbn for 2016 is more than the amount of income tax that they are supposed to pay.
Excess,
and so on.
Mr. Chair, excess po ito, no? Excess ang sinasabi nyo.
Excess
So,
creditable withholding tax.
Sobra pa ang ibinayad ng ABS-Cbn.
For 2016, ang ibinayad po ng ABS-Cbn sa kanilang 757.6 million na income tax due ay withholding tax. Withholding tax. Ito pong withholding tax ay ito po ang winidhold sa kanila ng kanilang mga third parties at ginagamit nila ngayon na pang-offset sa kanilang income tax due. So in reality, the following year, 2016 or 2017, during the April 15 or so on, ala silang actual cash na binayaran na dahil malami ang kanilang creditable withholding tax.
May I ask, Mr. Chair, that our BIR officials submit these figures, this document to the committee, Mr. Chair?
We already, with all due respect, Your Honor, we already submitted these documents or these slides to the COMSEC at 1:47 p.m. today.
I confirm, Honorable Abante, it is already here. The COMSEC already told us.
Okay.
Thank you, COMSEC.
Can I have a copy of that, please?
It is still with the Committee Secretary,
so that
BS.
I will be able to understand, me not being a lawyer, I'd like to be able to understand that, no? Next question, Mr. BIR. Ano ang effective tax rate ng ABS-Cbn o yung kabuuang pangkalahatang tax rate ninyo na ibinayad sa gobyerno na kontribusyon sa kaban ng bayan? Ito ay para malaman natin sa bawat piso na kanilang natanggap, magkano nito ang itinabi para sa kaban ng bayan? 10% ba bawat piso? 15% bawat piso? Ano po ba ang effective tax rate ng ABS-CBN?
Your Honor, good afternoon, Your Honor. For the year 2016, the effective income tax rate of ABS-CBN was 3.12%. 3.12%. For 2017, hindi na po makuha, medyo masyadong maliit. For 2018, hindi na din na po nakuha, masyado rin pong maliit in terms of percentage, Your Honor. Using NTRC formula. But as far as ETR based on MCIT due, for 2017, 0.86% only, 0.86. And for 2018, 0.72%, Your Honor. Less than 1%, Your Honor.
Now,
Yes.
sa kabuuang holdings ng ABS-CBN, may mga kumpanya,
Mr. Chair, Your Honors, unfortunately, we were able to secure only waiver from ABS-CBN Corporation. We cannot divulge all other figures pertaining to the subsidiaries of ABS-CBN Corporation.
can you please
Unless a
repeat
waiver
that,
is
Mr.
issued.
Chair? Can you please repeat that? Medyo dahan-dahanin mo lang yung sinasabi mo.
Mr. Chair, good afternoon again. With all due respect, we were able to secure clearance or authorization only from ABS-CBN Corporation. So for all other subsidiaries of ABS-CBN Corporation, we cannot divulge any figure because that is covered by Section 270 of the National Internal Revenue Code, Mr.
Mr. Chairman, with the indulgence of the Minority Leader. Mr. Chairman.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, this problem about the waivers of ABS-CBN will always come back to us unless they execute waivers for every company that is involved in this investigation or the review of their franchise. They know that they have many subsidiaries. Can we have the commitment of Mr. Lopez to have all the waivers ready by tomorrow? At least the CEOs of each company waiving the confidentiality requirement?
Okay, to clarify, Minority Floor Leader, kasi po kagabi, nung sa ABS-CBN, hiningam po ng BIR because there's a statute para mag-divulge. Kanina po, yung ABS-CBN Holdings, hiningan din po. So, ang sinasabi ni Honorable Remulla, kung maaari, lahat na ho ng mga subsidiary companies, isahang waiver na lang, blanket, para naman pagka nagtatanong po kayo, katulad ngayon, hindi na po tayo bumabalik sa mga paghingi ng authorization.
Mr. Chair, can I be recognized, Mr. Chair?
Who is talking? May I?
Okay lang, okay lang.
This is from BIR. Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
yes, yes.
Can I be recognized?
Assistant Commissioner Mapoy, go ahead.
Mr. Chair, with all due respect, each company must execute a waiver, and the person authorized to execute a waiver is either the chairman, the CEO or president, or the treasurer. Any ranking official lower than those positions are not allowed to execute a waiver.
Salamat po, Assistant Commissioner Mapoy. Yes,
Your Honor,
ABS.
may I request that our CEO be recognized on Zoom to address this question?
Mr. Katigbak?
Mr. Carlo Cadigbak.
Yes, Mr. Katigbak is in Zoom. Mr. Katigbak is recognized, sir.
Yes. Mr. Chair, last night we were allowed to give a verbal waiver on the confidentiality of ABS-CBN's tax information. So if that is continued to be allowed by the BIR, then the Chairman, Mark Lopez, and I agree to waive confidentiality for all ABS-CBN subsidiaries.
Commissioner Mapoy, ang iningi po ni Mr. Katigbak, okay, may verbal waiver po sila at isasubmit nila yung official documents for this purpose. Okay na po ba yun na Assistant Commissioner Mapoy?
Yeah, with all due respect, Mr. Chair, ang nasa tax code po kasi ay chairman, CEO, or treasurer of each corporation. If the uniform chairman of all Lopez Group of Companies is Mr. Lopez himself, then he should issue one waiver each.
Opo, yun nga po, binibigay niya po yung waiver niya for those companies that he is chairman and president. And in that case, to follow po yung mga documentation para hindi naman po kayo maipit.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Salamat po. Yes, go ahead, Minority Floor Leader.
Thank you. Sa kabuuang holdings ng ABS-Cbn, may mga company kayo, ABS-Cbn, na may tax incentive, di ba? At meron kayong company na nagbabayad ng 30% income tax rate. Anybody would be able to answer that?
Your Honor, earlier po, pinag-usapan po namin ang Big Dipper, ang isang PESA-registered enterprise na subsidiary ng ABS-CBN that is taxed at 5% of gross income po.
Okay, now, I'm referring to the effective tax rate. Ang hinihingi ko para maging simple ang usapan natin dito sa ating BIR official. Sa kabuuang halaga ng taunang natatanggap ninyo na revenues para sa operation ng ABS-CBN, magkano nito ang humigit kumulang na isinasantabi para sa buwis?
Sorry, Your Honor, I thought you were referring to the BIR. Could you kindly repeat the question?
Yung effective tax rate, no? That's what I'm asking. Sa kabuuang halaga, overall na halaga nito, ng taunang natatanggap ninyo na revenues para sa operation ng ABS-CBN, how much humigit kumulang na isinasantabi para sa tax?
Your Honor, we paid the proper taxes. So wala pong kumulang.
Walang kulang.
Wala po.
Okay. Alright. Sa inyong palagay, ABS-CBN, magkano na po bang naibayad na buwis ang ABS-CBN sa kaban ng bayan mula 2016 to 2019?
Your Honor, meron po ako rito na 2015 to 2018. Ang binayad po namin kabuuang taxes ay 24.6 billion.
20.6 billion.
24.6 billion po.
Okay. If we will compare this with the tax that GMA7 and TV5 paid sa parehong taon, no? Para malinaw ang comparison. Alright? At makita natin ang kabuuang context nito. Kung hindi ninyo masasagot ito ngayon, ay bigyan natin yung committee ng kabuuang kaukulang memorandum hingil dito at ikumpara natin ang mga pangkalahatang buwis ng bawat istasyon kumpara sa ABS-CBN. Can we do that?
Your Honor, at this point po, hindi po kasi namin alam ang kabuuang taxes na binabayad ng GMA at TV5. Ang taxes po na makikita sa financial statements ay limited lamang po sa income tax, lalo na po pag consolidated. So hindi po namin magagawa yung comparison. Hindi po namin alam ang total. Kasi po meron pong income tax, value added tax, at saka iba po pong taxes.
Your Honor, if I may add, ABS-CBN is quite a different company from GMA. We have significant international operations where we're able to reach millions of Filipinos, and we pay taxes in the respective jurisdictions in which we're present. So in terms of total revenues, we derive about 15% of our total revenues from the international operations. So dun po binabayad yung buwis. We also have a very high reinvestment rate because we try again to cater to the needs of the customer here and abroad. And as you can see from our recent digitization and DTT initiatives where we have sold more than 9.5 million TV Plus boxes, we're trying to invest for the future po. And I think that's one of the unique things with us. Not every business makes money. Sometimes it takes a while to be profitable. Sometimes it loses money. So, but we're not afraid to invest to try to reach a Filipino market and serve the Filipinos. In
the last committee hearing, it was said, and I quote, ABS-CBN used its subsidiary Big Dipper Digital Content and Design Incorporated, a PESA registered company, as tax shield because of this unconscionable tax avoidance scheme. ABS-CBN's effective tax rate in 2018 was at -5%. This means that ABS-CBN managed to avoid paying taxes in 2018. Can you please explain this statement that was said last hearing, if this is true or not?
Your Honor, it's not true. Big Dipper is not a tax avoidance scheme. We applied for and qualified for the PESA incentives that were set during 2009. There were specific requirements there in terms of investment and export. And over the years, we've met that requirement. It's in a different line of business, as we've mentioned. It's an IT-enabled firm that does specific services for ABS and for other companies so that we can bring our content to the market here and abroad. So hindi po yan tax avoidance scheme. As has been mentioned during this session, we actually have been paying the proper taxes. Since 2015, we're on a 5% tax rate on gross income.
So Big Dipper is not really exempt from paying taxes.
It enjoyed an income tax holiday for 6 years, and it's now under a 5% regime, Your Honor.
And only Big Dipper has PESA incentives, not ABS-CBN.
That's correct, Your Honor. Your Honor, may I just clarify on the second part of your question on the negative 5%?
Go ahead.
Again, as we have mentioned, the negative 5% that was being referred to does not represent the taxes that we paid for that year. The negative 5% or negative 84 million is actually an accounting recognition of potential future tax benefit, taxes that may be recovered in the coming years. We actually paid for that year 164 million and not negative 84 million.
Well, actually, when I heard this statement, I even asked my own legal team about this. And they told me that it would be impossible for a corporation to have a negative effective tax rate because our National Internal Revenue Code imposes a minimum corporate income tax. Am I right?
That's correct, Your Honor. May I respectfully request that our tax counsel, Attorney Toy Layog, be recognized to further elaborate?
Therefore, for all the undertakings of ABS-CBN and for the benefit of the people listening, that you can honestly say that you have paid an honest tax to the government.
Yes, Your Honor, we can.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.